It's Operation High Jump. What does that mean?
Okay, so at one point, some people are like, what's going on with Antarctica? Have you heard this? Where they sent Admiral Byrd up? There's some activity up there. We want to find out what's going on. So they send this cat named Admiral Byrd up to investigate with a giant fleet.
In the freezing waters of the Arctic, the Soviets made a discovery that has left scientists and researchers baffled. Joe Rogan recently shared the incredible story of what Soviet divers found beneath the surface. It wasn't just cold, dark water waiting for them, but something far more extraordinary. The deeper they went, the stranger it became. Strange formations, unusual patterns, and scary signs of life unlike anything seen before. The Arctic has kept many secrets hidden for centuries, but what these divers encountered might be one of the most mysterious findings yet. This discovery has raised intense debate and curiosity among scientists, leading many to question what really lies beneath the Arctic's icy waters. So what strange discovery was made by the Soviets? In this video, we will reveal what the Soviets saw while diving in the Arctic. The impact of Operation Sunshine and the USS Nautilus. In 1958, the USS Nautilus submarine pulled off an incredible feat during Operation Sunshine. This mission marked a new era in naval history. The Nautilus was the first to be powered by nuclear energy using a submarine thermal reactor. This nuclear technology gave the Nautilus a distinct edge over other submarines that ran on diesel-electric power. Unlike those older submarines, the Nautilus could stay underwater for very long periods without needing to come up for air. This ability to stay submerged for long stretches made it possible for the Nautilus to carry out missions that seemed impossible before. Operation Sunshine was one of those missions that showcased the capabilities of the Nautilus in a spectacular way. The mission took the Nautilus, along with over 100 sailors, on a daring journey beneath the North Pole's icy waters. So what did they find? Stay tuned for more details. Passing through the harsh and freezing conditions of the Arctic, the Nautilus managed to travel under the ice without needing to surface. This was all thanks to its nuclear reactor, which kept the submarine powered and running smoothly, even in such an extreme environment. The mission took place during the Cold War, a time when tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union were sky high. The Cold War was a period of intense rivalry, with both superpowers trying to outdo each other in military, technological, and scientific achievements. Completing a journey under the North Pole was a major technological breakthrough, and it sent a clear message to the Soviet Union about America's advanced submarine capabilities. The success of Operation Sunshine demonstrated that the US had not only mastered nuclear technology, but also had the expertise to explore and operate in the most challenging environments on Earth. This was a big deal at the time and was seen as a powerful symbol of American technological prowess. However, the mission wasn't without its challenges. As the Nautilus made its way under the Arctic ice, it encountered thick and impassable ice that made the journey difficult. Navigating through such conditions was no easy task, and there were moments when it seemed like the mission might not succeed. But the Nautilus, with its strong and reliable nuclear power, managed to push through these obstacles. The submarine's crew worked together to overcome the challenges, and their efforts paid off when the Nautilus successfully completed its mission on August 3, 1958. This success was more than just a win for the US military. It proved that submarines could navigate the Arctic's icy waters, opening up new possibilities for future military operations and scientific exploration. The USS Nautilus itself was a marvel of engineering. The submarine was a product of collaboration between the Electric Boat Company and the Argonne National Laboratory. These two entities worked together to create a vessel that could not only operate under the harshest conditions, but also stay submerged for extended periods. One of the key features of the Nautilus was its ability to convert salt water into fresh water, which was crucial for long missions. This technology ensured that the submarine had enough drinking water for the crew, allowing them to remain underwater for weeks at a time. The creation of the Nautilus marked a major milestone in naval engineering, and it set the stage for future developments in submarine technology. The data collected during Operation Sunshine and subsequent missions provided valuable information about the Arctic. For example, the mission helped scientists better understand the thickness of sea ice and the topography of the ocean floor in the Arctic region. This information was crucial for both military and scientific purposes, as it allowed for better planning of future missions and provided insights into the environmental conditions of the Arctic. The success of Operation Sunshine also paved the way for future exploration of the Arctic, both for military purposes and for scientific research. Shifting the narrative to Antarctica, another extreme and largely unexplored environment on Earth, it becomes clear that both the Arctic and Antarctica hold significant scientific importance. Antarctica, much like the Arctic, is a natural laboratory for scientists. The continent offers unique opportunities to study the oceans, land, weather patterns, and ancient history. In 1959, just a year after the Nautilus's journey under the North Pole, the Antarctic Treaty was signed by 12 countries. This treaty was a significant step in ensuring that Antarctica would be used only for peaceful activities and scientific research. The treaty also banned military actions on the continent, supported scientific work, and protected the environment. The signing of the Antarctic Treaty exemplified global cooperation in preserving one of the last untouched wildernesses on Earth. One of the many scientific discoveries made in Antarctica is the finding of sponges in the icy waters by Hugh Griffith and his team. This discovery illustrated the resilience of life in harsh conditions and emphasized the importance of protecting this fragile ecosystem. Antarctica's extreme environment, much like the Arctic, is a reminder of the incredible adaptability of life and the need to continue exploring and studying these remote regions. The discoveries made in these polar regions have provided valuable insights into our planet's history and the forces that shape it. The USS Nautilus not only set records during Operation Sunshine, but also continued to serve in the US Navy for many years. As the first nuclear-powered submarine in the fleet, the Nautilus was a trailblazer in naval technology. It was also the first submarine to undergo a full nuclear overhaul, which further solidified its place in naval history. Even after its retirement in 1980, the Nautilus remained significant as a museum, offering a link between the past and present of submarine technology. Visitors to the Nautilus Museum can see firsthand the submarine that changed the course of naval history and learn about the mission that took it under the North Pole. In comparison to the Arctic, Antarctica stands as one of Earth's most extreme and unexplored environments. The continent serves as a natural laboratory for scientists, offering unique opportunities to study oceans, land, weather patterns, and ancient history. The Antarctic Treaty of 1959 was signed by 12 countries to ensure that the continent is used only for peaceful activities and scientific research. This treaty bans military actions, supports scientific work, and protects the environment, exemplifying global cooperation. The discovery of sponges in Antarctica by Hugh Griffith and his team illustrated the resilience of life in harsh conditions and emphasized the importance of protecting this fragile ecosystem. While the Antarctic Treaty of 1959 solidified the continent's role as a hub for peaceful scientific exploration, the mystery surrounding Antarctica has also given rise to numerous theories and speculations over the years. Joe Rogan's podcast, taps into this ongoing fascination, exploring not just the scientific significance of Antarctica, but also the mysterious and controversial narratives that have emerged, such as those surrounding Operation High Jump. Joe Rogan's podcast about Antarctica. Joe Rogan's podcast is known for diving into deep and mysterious topics, and one of the most captivating subjects he frequently discusses is Antarctica. He touches on everything from historical events to conspiracy theories, and one of the standout topics is Operation High Jump. This was a major U.S. Navy mission carried out between 1946 and 1947, led by Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd. On the surface, the mission's goal was straightforward: to establish a research base in Antarctica. But over the years, many have speculated that there was more to Operation High Jump than meets the eye. Rogan's podcast often delves into these theories, suggesting that the mission might have had hidden objectives, such as investigating secret Nazi bases or even encountering extraterrestrial beings. According to some accounts that have surfaced over the years, Admiral Byrd's journal allegedly contains references to encounters with Nazi UFOs during the mission, a claim that continues to fuel endless speculation and curiosity. Rogan's discussions around these topics capture the public's imagination, showing just how much fascination there is around the unexplored and mysterious regions of Antarctica. This fascination has lasted for decades, from the time of early explorers in the 20th century to the scientists who study the continent today. Antarctica has a long and storied history of exploration. The names of early explorers like Ernest Shackleton and Captain Robert Falcon Scott are forever linked to the daring and often dangerous efforts to uncover the secrets of this icy continent. These men risked their lives in some of the harshest conditions on Earth, and their expeditions are the stuff of legend. Shackleton's journey, in particular, is remembered for its incredible tale of survival against all odds. While these early missions were primarily about discovery and conquest, the focus of Antarctic exploration has changed dramatically over time. Today, the continent is a hub for scientific research. Scientists from all over the world come to study its unique environment and to understand its critical role in the Earth's climate system. The work being done in Antarctica is essential for understanding global climate patterns, biodiversity, and the geological history of our planet. Unlike the early explorers, modern researchers have access to advanced technology that allows them to study the continent in ways that were unimaginable a century ago. But despite these advancements, the dangers of working in Antarctica remain. The extreme cold, isolation, and unpredictable weather continue to challenge those who choose to work in this remote part of the world. The importance of Antarctica has not gone unnoticed by the international community. In 1959, the Antarctic Treaty was signed by 12 countries, a landmark agreement that has since grown to include more nations. This treaty is a testament to the global recognition of Antarctica's significance. It promotes peaceful scientific research and environmental preservation, ensuring that the continent remains free from military activities. This commitment to peace and science is what sets Antarctica apart from other parts of the world. The treaty's emphasis on protecting the environment is particularly important, as it ensures that future generations of scientists will be able to study this unique and fragile ecosystem. The Antarctic Treaty is often cited as an example of what can be achieved when nations come together for a common cause. It highlights the importance of international cooperation in addressing global challenges, and it serves as a reminder of our shared responsibility to protect the planet's last, truly wild places. Beneath Antarctica's thick ice lies a hidden world that has only recently begun to be explored. Scientists have discovered over 379 subglacial lakes buried deep beneath the ice, and these lakes are providing new insights into the history of life on Earth. Lake Vostok, is one of the most remarkable of these lakes. It stretches over 250 kilometers and reaches depths of about 800 meters. What's incredible about Lake Vostok is that it has been isolated under 4 kilometers of ice for millions of years. The discovery of diverse life forms in these subglacial lakes, including around 4,000 species found in Lake Whillans, challenges our understanding of where life can thrive. These life forms have adapted to extreme conditions, living in total darkness and under immense pressure. The discovery of these lakes and the life they harbor has opened up new possibilities for understanding how life might exist in other extreme environments, such as the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn. The lakes are also connected by a network of water systems that allow water to flow between them, a discovery that could change our understanding of glacier movement and its impact on global climate patterns. Studying these lakes is like peering into a time capsule, providing clues about Earth's past climate and the potential for life in some of the most extreme conditions imaginable. The frozen expanse of Antarctica has also revealed some surprising and intriguing findings over the years. Among the most talked about are pyramid-like structures that can be seen from space. These formations have sparked all sorts of speculation, with some people suggesting that they could be evidence of ancient civilizations that once thrived on the continent. While most scientists believe that these structures are natural formations, the idea that pyramids might be hidden beneath the ice has captured the imagination of conspiracy theorists and researchers alike. In 2017, a team of scientists from the Alfred Wegener Institute made a discovery that was perhaps even more astonishing than the rumored pyramids. They found the remains of a 90-million-year-old rainforest near the South Pole. This ancient forest, which existed during the mid-Cretaceous period, reveals that Antarctica was once a warm, humid environment, completely different from the icy wasteland we know today. The forest was lush with vegetation, supported by high levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The discovery of this ancient rainforest provides a glimpse into a time when Antarctica was part of a global greenhouse world. It also highlights the dramatic changes that Earth's climate has undergone over millions of years. This finding raises intriguing questions about the possibility of life on other icy planets or moons that may have warm oceans beneath their frozen surfaces. Much like the ones found on Jupiter's moon Europa or Saturn's moon Enceladus. Antarctica has revealed some surprising discoveries that make us rethink what we know about this icy continent. After talking about pyramid-like structures and ancient rainforests, the continent also has unique creatures like the Antarctic strawberry feather star, showing that there's more to Antarctica than just ice. This is where the video gets interesting. Don't miss out on any detail. Discovery of the Antarctic strawberry feather star. Antarctica might seem like a frozen wasteland at first glance, but beneath its icy surface lies a vibrant and complex ecosystem filled with unique creatures. One of the more recent discoveries in this mysterious land is the Antarctic strawberry feather star. This sea creature, with its bright colors and many arms, belongs to the crinoid family, a group of marine animals that typically anchor themselves to the ocean floor. However, the Antarctic strawberry feather star is different. It doesn't stay in one place. Instead, it swims freely through the cold, dark waters of Antarctica. This ability to move sets it apart from its relatives and highlights the hidden biodiversity that exists in a place often thought to be devoid of life. By studying creatures like the Antarctic strawberry feather star, scientists gain a better understanding of the intricate web of life that exists in these extreme environments. They can learn more about how these animals survive, feed, and reproduce in conditions that are harsh beyond imagination. Speaking of animals that thrive in harsh conditions, chinstrap penguins are one of the most recognizable species in Antarctica. Named for the distinctive black stripe that runs under their chins, these penguins are an integral part of the Antarctic landscape. They are incredibly adaptable, living not only on the freezing shores of Antarctica, but also on milder islands near South America. When it comes to raising their young, chinstrap penguins are known for their dedication. Both the mother and father take turns caring for the eggs, keeping them warm until they hatch. Once the chicks are born, the parents continue to share the responsibility of feeding and protecting them. The penguin's striking black and white appearance isn't just for show, it serves as a clever form of camouflage. From above, their dark backs blend in with the ocean depths, while from below, their white bellies match the bright surface, helping them avoid predators. Despite their relatively small size compared to other penguin species, chinstrap penguins are known for their feisty nature. They are not afraid to defend their nests and chicks from threats, showing a courage that belies their small stature. Life in Antarctica is not easy, especially for chinstrap penguins. In the water, they face constant danger from predators like leopard seals, which are known to prey on them. These seals can reduce the penguin population by up to 20% each year, making survival a daily challenge. On land, the threats continue as birds, such as the brown skua, South Polar skua, and southern giant petrel prey on penguin eggs and chicks. To cope with these challenges, chinstrap penguins have developed some interesting survival strategies. One of these is taking thousands of quick naps throughout the day. These short bursts of rest help them stay alert, while also getting the sleep they need to function. Their diet mainly consists of krill and small fish, making them a vital part of the Antarctic food chain. During the breeding season, chinstrap penguins gather in large colonies where they display a complex social system. This system ensures that both parents work together to keep the eggs warm and protect their chicks from predators, further showcasing the penguins' strong survival instincts. But chinstrap penguins are not the only creatures in Antarctica that have adapted to survive the extreme conditions. Emperor penguins, the largest of all penguin species, have developed a unique way of coping with the brutal Antarctic winters. They huddle together in large groups to conserve heat, taking turns moving from the cold outer edge of the group to the warmer center. This behavior is a testament to their remarkable adaptation to the environment. Along the coasts and islands of Antarctica, other animals like Antarctic fur seals, whales, and various bird species also thrive. The massive albatross, with its incredible wingspan, is a sight to behold as it glides over the icy waters. Fish species in these waters have evolved special anti-freeze proteins in their blood, which prevent them from freezing in the sub-zero temperatures. This ability to survive in such extreme conditions is another example of the incredible adaptability of life in Antarctica. The ecosystem here supports a wide range of life, from the large and majestic animals like penguins and seals to tiny, less noticeable creatures like wingless midges. One fascinating phenomenon in these cold regions is polar gigantism, where animals grow larger than their relatives in warmer areas. This is believed to be due to the cold, oxygen-rich environment, which allows them to reach sizes not seen elsewhere. However, life in Antarctica is not without its challenges. The icy habitats that animals like Adelie penguins, seals, and whales depend on are changing rapidly due to environmental shifts. These changes pose significant challenges for their survival. Predators like leopard seals and certain bird species constantly threaten penguins, affecting their population numbers each year. Despite these dangers, animals in Antarctica have developed unique adaptations that help them survive. For example, the quick naps taken by chinstrap penguins are just one of many strategies animals use to cope with the harsh environment. But beyond the natural predators and daily struggles for survival, climate change and melting ice are major concerns for the future of Antarctica's ecosystem. As the ice melts, it disrupts the delicate balance of life in this region, threatening the survival of many species that depend on the cold environment to thrive. The interconnectedness of species within Antarctica's ecosystem highlights the importance of each animal's role in maintaining ecological balance. If one species is affected, it can have a ripple effect throughout the entire ecosystem. The social structure of chinstrap penguins is another fascinating aspect of their life in Antarctica. These penguins have a system where both parents share the responsibility of caring for their eggs and chicks. After the chicks hatch, they stay in the nest under their parents' watchful eyes for the first few weeks. Once they are a bit older, they join groups called creches, where they stay until they grow their adult feathers and are ready to swim in the ocean. These creches provide the young penguins with safety in numbers, reducing the risk of predation. Penguin colonies are often located in areas rich in krill, which is the primary food source for these birds. These areas, sometimes referred to as penguin heaven, are crucial for the breeding success of penguins. The aggressive nature of chinstrap penguins sets them apart from other penguin species. They are fiercely protective of their nests and young, willing to fight off intruders to keep their offspring safe. This strong will to protect their young is a key part of their survival strategy in the harsh Antarctic environment. Antarctica's ecosystem is a complex web of interactions where every animal plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of life. Seals, such as Ross seals and crab-eater seals, have their own unique survival strategies that allow them to live and thrive on the ice. Orca whales, also known as killer whales, are known for their intelligence and teamwork during hunting. They often hunt in packs, using sophisticated techniques to catch their prey. In contrast, blue whales, the largest animals on Earth, are typically solitary creatures. These majestic animals are slowly recovering from near extinction due to past whaling practices, a testament to the resilience of life in Antarctica. The grand finale is coming. Get ready to be amazed. Other rare discoveries in Antarctica. One of the most feared predators discovered in the icy waters of Antarctica is the leopard seal. Known for being the top predator in Antarctica, these seals have earned a reputation for being the villains of the seas. Their hunting tactics may seem brutal as they prey on penguins and other seals, but their presence is vital for keeping the ecosystem in balance. Without leopard seals controlling the population of other animals, there could be chaos in the food chain. Their harshness may look cruel, but it's necessary for the survival of the ecosystem. Every predator has its place, and for the leopard seal, it's at the top. Then there are the Ross seals, which are much smaller and more mysterious compared to the leopard seals. With their slim bodies and large eyes, they stand out among other Antarctic seals. Unlike the social leopard seals, Ross seals prefer to live alone, often spending their time relaxing on the ice. They feed on fish and squid, diving deep into the ocean to hunt their prey. Despite their elusive nature, these seals are critical to the Antarctic food chain. Their population is estimated at around 130,000, but counting them is tough because they are so hard to spot. Even their mating habits are somewhat of a mystery, with many experts believing that they mate underwater. Meanwhile, crab-eater seals have a name that doesn't quite fit. You might think they eat crabs, but their diet mainly consists of krill. These seals have specialized teeth that act like strainers, allowing them to efficiently catch krill as they swim through the icy waters. Their numbers have exploded in recent years, partly due to the decrease in whale populations, which means there's more krill available for them to eat. Crab-eater seals are now one of the most widespread seal species in Antarctica, often found lounging on floating ice. Their role in the ecosystem is important because they help keep the krill population in check, which in turn affects the entire food chain. From penguins to fish, everything in Antarctica relies on a balanced krill population. But the giants of the seal world are the southern elephant seals. These massive creatures are known for their enormous size and unique noses, which resemble a trunk. Their size alone makes them stand out, but their mating battles are equally dramatic. Male elephant seals fight fiercely to control groups of females, often resulting in bloody and brutal confrontations. Once hunted almost to extinction, these giants have made a remarkable recovery. Their comeback is a testament to nature's resilience when given the chance. The survival of southern elephant seals is crucial for maintaining the balance of the Antarctic ecosystem, just like every other creature that calls this frozen land home. While seals are battling for survival on the ice and in the water, the skies are filled with birds facing their own struggles. Albatrosses, with their enormous wingspans, are among the most iconic birds in Antarctica. The wandering albatross, known for its lengthy lifespan and ability to soar great distances, is a true survivor of this harsh environment. The gray-headed albatross, on the other hand, prefers colder places to lay its eggs, a testament to its endurance in extreme conditions. The black-browed albatross often finds itself near fishing boats, showing how human activities have crept into even the most remote places on Earth. Meanwhile, the light-mantled albatross follows large sea animals like whales, conserving energy by gliding along with them. Despite their adaptability, albatross populations are declining, with over 100,000 birds dying each year due to accidental entanglement in fishing gear. Protecting these birds has become a priority for conservation groups. The British Antarctic Survey uses satellite technology to monitor bird populations without disturbing their natural habitats, while the Agreement on the Conservation of Albatrosses and Petrels, ACAP, works on a global scale to reduce risks to these birds. Endangered species like the wandering albatross are receiving special attention, but challenges remain. Invasive species and diseases continue to threaten bird populations in Antarctica, highlighting the need for ongoing conservation efforts. Other birds, like the snowy sheathbills, have found ways to adapt to the extreme conditions of Antarctica. These scavengers survive by eating whatever they can find, including leftovers left in the snow. Their resilience is remarkable, proving that even in the harshest conditions, life can find a way. The black-faced sheathbill, a relative of the snowy sheathbill, also thrives in these inhospitable places, scavenging its way to survival. The adaptability of these birds is impressive, as they've managed to carve out a niche for themselves in a land where food is scarce and the environment is unforgiving. But perhaps the most astonishing survivors are the Arctic terns. These birds undertake the longest migration of any creature on Earth, traveling thousands of miles each year from the Arctic to the Antarctic and back again. Their journey takes them through all types of weather and across vast oceans, yet they remain one of the most efficient flyers, with a combination of strong flapping and graceful gliding. Arctic terns often forage and nest in groups, relying on each other for survival during their long migrations. They time their travels with the changing seasons, ensuring that they experience more daylight than any other animal on the planet. What are your thoughts on the discoveries made in Antarctica? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Click on the next video on your screen. You will enjoy it.